Up next on Inspiring Beauty and Believers.
People need to be able to recognize that and say, okay, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't like you. Right.
So it's a matter of you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
But
right.
we can learn.
Right.
And again, it goes back to what are you willing to do from here to there? Do you want to? What do you want to do? And I'm always, when I work with people, it's just like, okay, you told me you want to do this. So what's stopping you? Come on, let's do it. Right, exactly. I'm always like, okay, and people say I push too much, but you just told me you want to do something. So come on, let's do it. I mean, okay, you've made all the preparations. You found all the websites. You found all of this. You put in all. Okay, let's go. I'm a pusher. I will push you, literally. Come on, let's go. But I found that people just, you got to
use that motivational interviewing. Get beyond behind what's behind that fear, because that's what it is. Exactly. That's what you're describing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's just like, okay. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And how? Okay. If you have, the yellow brick road, you got to take one step. You got to take one step at a time to get to the other side. So come on, let's take one step, just one. Yeah. But it's that first step that's always the most difficult one. But once you get past the first one,
that is so true.
You got to get, but
yeah, but that's why we have to have these support systems out here that we we inform others about. We need to have a database of support system, not just ourselves, but other supports out here in the community, because they may only see us once a week or twice a month or what have you, but have a database of supports for individuals. And it's not a cookie cutter approach. What may be good for one may not be for the next person that comes to your door. But get them involved in support groups. Not just coming to therapy once a month or once a week or what have you. What else can you get involved with? What are you interested in? Looking at their interests. What are you good at? I often tell people what you tend to be good at is generally an indication of where your gifts lie. And your gifts are your tools. Those God-given gifts and talents is what God gave you. Those are the tools that you are supposed to be working toward your purpose. That's an indicator as to what direction you're supposed to go in life. So what are you good at? What do you enjoy? All of that. And motivate them to doing something different. And that's how they will better be able to discover who they are supposed to become.
Right. Absolutely.
Or who they are authentically.
Right. Absolutely.
So aside from having support groups, how can they really gauge the people that should be in their lives? I'm talking about, like, they should have friends, they should have supportive friends around that can encourage them and help them. But how can they see that as not just having people around who they're trying to jump in and fix? How can they have other people that they can let in to help them to find their authentic self? I hope I'm saying that right. Because sometimes I know and I can only speak for myself, I noticed, and when I started making this transition, a lot of it changed, but I noticed a lot of the people that I had around were just people who they called me when they needed help and I would fix them with their situations. But I never really had authentic friends until I started realizing I was always attracting everybody who needed help, and that's who was around. Those were my friends. I called them my friends, but then I realized we don't really have a friendship relationship. I'm just always fixing your life, and because I was the strong person, nobody ever checks on the strong person. So,
right.
And I didn't check in on myself. So
But that's going to happen when you change. Then that's going to change your dynamic and relationships around you.
Yes.
You know, because not everybody is going to go where you're supposed to go.
Right.
You know, if you think about a rocket ship, right? It starts out a whole big old rocket ship, right? And as it goes into different stratospheres, certain parts fall off. But initially, those parts that were attached to it in the beginning were useful to get me to the next level. Once I get to that next level, then I no longer need you. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. They were good for when it was good. And then as I elevate and I go higher, other parts fall off.
Right.
Eventually, when you get to your destination, you're this little bitty piece.
Yep.
You're not this whole big old rocket ship, but you have now achieved or gotten to where you're supposed to be with the support of those other pieces that fell off. So we're not supposed, and I tell my clients this, you know, when sometimes they are upset when childhood friendships, you know, doesn't last or what have you. It's okay, because maybe it was just for the season, you know, but they were good when they were supposed to be good. It was good for when it was supposed to be.
Right.
And be okay with that, because not everyone is meant to go where you're going. It's okay. You know, so when those, you know, when we take a look at the people, places, and things, when the nouns, we have to look at that, and they change. That means you're changing. It's okay. It's okay though, because what God has for you is for you, and then there'll be another support system in its place.
Yes.
Absolutely. I was just having a conversation with a few friends. I was like, yeah, you know, you've had friends for 20, 30, 40 years, but you no longer see eye to eye. I said, and I told, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. You changed. They haven't. They're still doing the same things we did when they were in their 20s. You're not 20 anymore. You're not 30. You're in your 50s. Come on. You know, and why haven't they changed? Okay, that's none of your business. But what is your business is you. I've changed. So, and I'm the kind of person, okay, I accept. All right, see ya. You know, I'm good with that, because if you agitate my spirit, I can't do it no more. And like I said earlier, I told the person, don't worry about it. After we finish eating these crabs, I'm out. Like, wait. I had to, you know, my priority.
Finish this meal first, and then we got done.
My priority. I had to have my priorities straight. You know, I can't do this with you no more. But wait. Let me finish eating. I'm good. You know what I mean? So, but you have to be okay with it. You know, and people want to, why are you holding on? Why are you holding on? They no longer serve a purpose. And it's not a bad thing, like you said. It's not a bad thing. But how do you feel whenever, okay, the litmus test is, how do you feel when you're around this person?
Yeah.
Do you feel warm and fuzzy? Or do you feel gooey, icky, and sticky, and yucky? Like you need to take a bath. Like, ooh, you know, exactly. Like, oh, God. Or when you look at your phone starts ringing, you look at it and you're like, oh, Jesus.
Ignore.
Right.
Don't want to do this.
What doesn't add takes away.
Exactly. So there are a lot of things that tell you, are you paying attention? There are a lot of those little red flags. Are you paying attention? Your
gotta be mindful.
How you feel in your spirit, like when you see them, or just like, or you smile, or you roll your eyes, or you hold your head down. I mean, your body will tell you. Your inner you will tell you.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Beware. Danger, Will Robbins.
Yes. Yeah. But see, that's what you start to identify those things in therapy. You know, how to become more mindful of you.
Right.
Because we do have those bodily cues. We just have taught ourselves to ignore them.
Right. But why? And that's the other thing. Why are you ignoring it? Are you comfortable? Like you said, Sam, are you comfortable with this icky, sticky, nasty feeling? You good? You like that? Do you like? Do you really like feeling like the slime?
Idea.
Right. Do you like the slime? You like the slimy, nasty feeling, or do you like to smile and feel good and be able to sit upright, and or you like sitting like this?
And also being okay with that some friendships may not completely end, but the relationship of that friendship changes. So there's someone that you may have met where in 2000 they were your best friend, your ace, your ride, and you don't necessarily don't like them anymore, but now they're kind of just like your friend that you hang out with and call up sometimes, and you guys do family, but they're not the person you're calling every day or every other day or tapping in with, and that's just the relationship changed, and you just have to be okay with that. And then there's other people where they're going through a season in their life and they are not the best version of themselves. And rather than break your own heart trying to force that person to still be your friend in the way in which you need them to in that dynamic, you need to leave them in their corner where they need to figure out their season. I'll be right here when you figure out yourself and you come back, but I can't. My boundary is I cannot while you're in this season, because I don't like this version of you. This version of you is not healthy for you or our friendship or myself. And I need to be able to, people need to be able to recognize that and say, okay, it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't like you, but your season right now is not a season that I can presently.
I love me.
Right. Exactly. I love
cannot participate in that.
Right.
Yeah.
I like what Samara said, that don't break your own heart. Like sometimes we try to hold on to things and we're breaking our own heart. Then we get mad at the person, but the person is doing exactly what did Medea said. If they quack and they walk like a duck, they quack like a duck.
Right.
It's a duck.
But yes, believe them. Believe who they said that they are. And if if they say fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Sometimes we continue to be in those relationships, again, going back to that codependency, because I can change them. I can help make them better while we're breaking our own heart trying to stay in this situation.
Breaking your heart and breaking your back.
Yes, dogs bark and snakes bite.
Period. There ain't no way getting around it.
I think that it is very important to understand those seasons that people are in, and understanding that everybody doesn't have to be with you in every single season. And I personally have a friendship, a relationship that we were extremely close at one time. Then some things happened. We separated for about 5-6 years. Didn't speak to each other really hardly at all. And now we've come back together. We've both matured, we've both grown, and we're in a different place now, and it's good again. And so, like Sam was saying, it doesn't mean that it's going to end completely. Just you have to understand what season you're in, what season that person is in, and don't try to force things that are not supposed to happen. And like all of the ladies have been saying, you have to listen to yourself. Like if it's making you feel a certain type of way to have this person in your life and it's not a good way, then you have to be able to release and let go of that and stop trying to hold on to things or feel like if you stay longer it's going to get better, you're going to make it better, you're going to there's nothing, again I'll say this, there's nothing you're going to do inside yourself that's going to make a person change on what they're doing to relationship. Everybody is in control of or responsible for their own personal healing and responsible to work on themselves. You can't fix people.
My responses are my responsibility.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything that any of you would like to share before we close out on what would be your key point thing that you would leave with the people on how to overcome their issues with codependency?
Well, I think
Go ahead.
You can't, and you just said it. You are responsible for you. You can't make anybody do anything, not even your child. Like you can guide, you can lead, you can give examples, you can do it. But if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. But it's not your responsibility to make them do it. You are responsible for you. How you feel. At the end of the day, you're responsible for your own happiness, your own peace. Because if you allow everyone else to have a part in those aspects of your life, what do you have left? You know what I mean? You're responsible for how you feel, period. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's on you.
Again, your responses are your own responsibility. Define you based off of what you want for you, and not based off of what others expect of you. You are not the sum of what happened to you.
Right.
Instead, you are the sum of your thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your life.
Yes.
Right. I think to maybe wrap it all up, I'm not sure, but when we find ourselves in a situation where we're recognizing that we're codependent, or even recognizing that something is off, because we don't always have a label for what is going on. What need is not being fulfilled in you? Because that's normally a need that you're trying to fulfill in somebody else. And that need is also something that hasn't been fulfilled for you for a very long time. And that's the place to start. What is that need? What am I as a person missing that I'm not getting? And I'm trying to give to somebody else, and in return get that same need back. And
Amen.
that's the mirror piece. I'm looking at myself when I'm trying to force something from somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Period. Boop.
Right, that was good. I was about to say something, but that would lead into like a whole nother conversation. So I'm gonna leave that for another video.
Exclamation point.
Yep. That's it. Nothing else said.
Yes. Deal with that stuff inside of you. So I thank you ladies for sharing today. Actually, I'm going to give you guys this is going to be your spotlight moment, because I know Sam has her podcast and Diane has her book. So I'm going to let y'all share your stuff so people know how to contact or connect with you, because they have a lot of information that can really help you. And I am grateful that I have a platform that I can share to help everybody else get the healing that they need. And Fahja, if you have anything, feel free to share it too, because I know you have things going on in your life as well, even if you ain't doing it all yet. But I know you're supposed to be speaking and doing stuff too. So I'll put that up.
Right. I'm moving and grooving. Stay tuned. How about that? Stay tuned. Yes.
Again, I'm Diane Stephens-Smith. I am the owner and CEO of Wonderfully Made Services. You can reach me at wonderfullymadeservices.com. Yes, I do have a book out. I'm working on another one right now. The book is called Fear is a Liar. You can go to wonderfullymadeservices.com and purchase that book. I have different ministries. You'll see on the website if you would like to donate to those ministries, the homeless and the prisons ministries, as well as work with women with domestic violence issues, as well as the perpetrators. I facilitate support groups, anxiety support groups at this time as well. We also have a men's support group to help men to discover their authentic selves as a man in society today, in which my husband facilitates. And just grateful to be here. And the most important thing to understand and know is that I'm a woman of God and I am authentically me.
Amen.
Thank you, Song, for this discussion. I think it was amazing. And the opportunity and panel. Our community doesn't do this enough, I don't feel like. I do have a podcast. It's called Normalizing Chaos. It can be found on all major platforms, Apple, Spotify, pick one. It's also our Instagram is at Drschaos, so at DRSCHAOS. Follow that page. It's where we do updates. Just recorded yesterday's episode, part 1 of a 2-part series on racism and mental health. It's yesterday's episode was surface level, kind of an intro, but that can be a really deep topic. So trying not to also trigger people while having that conversation. That should be uploaded and ready to go somewhere by next Wednesday. So look for that.
Nice.
But I do want to say this. I'm a member of NAMI, and I'm also a facilitator with NAMI. So if you can't reach out to one specific person, NAMI has lots of resources. I mean, we're worldwide. So again, I'm a family-to-family facilitator and a family support groups facilitator. If you can't go to, since we're still not really doing in person, you can go online. We have support groups almost every day of the week. We're doing something. So if you can't reach out to, like I said, an individual, it's very important. If you just need, there's a lot of educational materials, resources that are provided by NAMI. So please feel free. And thank you again, Song.
Thank you.
Awesome. This is awesome.
We have NAMI here too, so that does mean you guys are all over the place because we don't have everything here, but we have NAMI.
See?
Anyone looking for a therapist, go to therapyforblackgirls.com. You can find a therapist in your area nationwide, and within our African American community. That's another platform, or clinicians of color.
That's awesome.
Well, I thank all of you for joining us for this series on codependency in women. It's been amazing. I hope that you got something from it, and I look forward to having another conversation about this in the near future. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, you can go ahead and put them down below, or I will also be listing all of their contact information in the description box if you need to reach out to any of them. I love you guys. I thank you so much for staying tuned. Make sure that you like, subscribe, all that stuff. Y'all know I don't ever remember to say all that stuff, but make sure you do that. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next show. Bye.
Bye. But your season right now is not a season that I can presently.
I love me.
Right, exactly. I love
you. Cannot participate in that.
Right.